Hey guys, well we're here again at Holeshot Salisbury, and today we're taking out the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Well, hi guys, Mark here, and welcome along today to a review on the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. Let's take a look round and just run through the specifications. It's kindly known to me by the guys at Holeshot Salisbury here in the south of England. So price on these, they're coming in at £15,749. They got the monstrously powerful LC8 1301cc V-twin, producing a colossal claimed horsepower of 180 at 9,500 RPM. Torque on these is what it's all about. Absolute sledgehammer, 140 Newton meters at 8,000 RPM. Got a 16 litre fuel tank on these, and KTM are quoting 6 litres for 100 kilometres, which is around about 45 miles per gallon UK, which isn't too bad considering its performance. 835mm seat height on this, pretty comfortable. Have a look at me on the bike. I'm 5'7" tall, 30-inch inside leg, and I weigh in at about 75 kilos. Just have a look at how I can get my feet down. Not quite flat to the floor for me on this bike. Tyres on these, you've got Bridgestone S22, got 120 on the front, and a monstrous 200 section on the rear. 17-inch wheels on these. These are pretty light, 189 kilos dry weight. You can really feel that when you're riding it. It's very, very chuckable. So we've got keyless ignition on these, keys in my pocket. Got twin spark ignitions, so 2 spark plugs for each cylinder for good combustion. Hydraulic clutch on these, assist and slipper clutch, so very, very smooth and light. Ride by wire throttle. Got the brilliant WP Apex split function forks and a WP Apex rear monoshock with preload adjuster there. 6-axis IMU on this full suite of electronics. Best in the business Brembo Stylema monoblock brakes, eye-popping power and feel. We'll try those out later on. Got 9,000 mile service intervals on these, so that's really, really good. Adjustable handlebars on these, rake them forwards and backwards about 25mm to suit your riding style. This particular bike's been fitted with a few extras. Got different foot pegs and a tail tidy and a seat cowl there. So as standard, these come with 2-position foot pegs. Got LED lights all round. Self-cancelling indicators on these. So as standard, they come with riding modes: rain, street and sport. And you've got the optional track mode as well. So we got traction control on these, or MTC as it's known. Got cruise control as standard as well, which is nice. Tyre pressure monitoring system. So you've got the optional track pack on these, which comes with the launch control, track mode, and you can turn anti-wheelie off. And then the full pack is called the tech pack, which comes with that has the track pack in it, but also it enables the quick shifter, MSR, motor slip regulation, and the adaptive brake light. So these come in this orange. There you go, guys. Right, let's do the test ride. Right then, KTM 1290 Super Duke R test ride. Whoa. So I did ride one of these about a year ago, but a chance has come up today to take this one out, so I couldn't say no, could I? So here we go. So when you first sit on the bike, you sit sort of right into it. Very sort of typical super naked, little bit of a forwards lean, nice wide bars. Just run through the switch gear. So we got a hydraulic clutch, which is span adjustable. Got your high and low beam and flasher. Got your cruise control button, or your menu and enter button. Got your indicators, horn, and your plus and your minus for your cruise, and your resume and set. On the other side, we've got C1, C2 customizable buttons, hazards. We've got your steering lock and sort of turn the ignition off sort of button, and ignition on, and your kill and your start. So key is in my pocket, it's keyless ignition, little press there, fires the lovely TFT dash up, lots of info there, gear indicator, rev, speedo. I'm currently in street riding mode, ABS road, fuel, and then on this button here you can kind of change the way it all looks and go into all the different settings, rider mode, trips data, motorcycle settings, all that sort of stuff. So we'll just leave it at that for now. So height wise, it's quite tall. I'm 5'7", 30-inch inside leg, and I'm not flat-footed, just the balls of my feet down. But the bike feels very, very light and very comfortable seat actually. So fire it up on the switch here. So straight away you are totally aware that you are on an absolute beast of a machine. Colossal amount of power and torque this has got. Right, let's do this. So lovely smooth hydraulic clutch with a nice early take up. That's brilliant. And the first thing you notice when you pull away on it is it's very, very smooth. They've done a great job on the internals and the engine and the balancer shafts. That's really nice. So got the quick shifter enabled on this. So first into second, very smooth without a clutch. Second into third, lovely. So just absolute knockout power. This thing goes very fast without even revving it whatsoever. Very, very impressive. So we're here in the south of England, the lovely countryside. So just trying out the downshifter. Oh, where'd all this traffic come from? So fourth down to third, yeah, all very easy and slick, no clutch required. Oh, that bottom end and mid-range is absolutely stonking. and the Brembo stylemas are out of this world. So first off, just pleased to report the suspension is very, very compliant. It's not track firm, as I would call it. It's just nice for the road, but obviously phenomenal handling around a track if you need to. Oh, sounds great with the standard exhaust as well. So using the clutch to go down the gearbox, all very slick and smooth. So Bridgestone S22s on these. It's pretty much a new bike, so I've got to take it a bit steady with new tyres. But yeah, it feels incredibly well poised. Brilliant suspension, absolutely fantastic. Fully adjustable rebound and compression. Oh, it's just that sledgehammer of torque. Wow. Down the gearbox into third, just over 3,000 RPM, and the engine is just very smooth. I mean, you're fully aware that it's a monster big V-twin below you, but yeah, that's quite incredible how smooth that is. Right, so we're just in a 30-mile-an-hour limit little sleepy village at the moment. We just check the fueling on the 1290 Super Duke, check for any hunting or surging. Currently in second gear, just over 3,000 revs. I don't think it will take third gear at this sort of speed, but no, that's really, really nice. There's no surging or hunting. Throttle response is nice and progressive and smooth. It's not too snatchy. Very nice. You're just fully aware of the monstrous amount of torque available. Yeah, this is absolutely phenomenal bike. So yeah, 5 stars guys for the slow speed handling of the 1290. Fueling's perfect. It's small and light, relatively speaking, so if you had to do a bit of town work on this, it would be absolutely fine. So just opening the throttles up a bit. Oh, hang on tight. Oh, it's just instantly reacts to rider input. It's very, very responsive chassis on this. Right, we'll just try a brake test out. Front brake only, nothing behind. Oh wow, literally over the front. About as good as you can get those Brembo stylemas. So second gear, just short shifting, makes a wonderful V-twin growl from below. Oh. Yeah, these Bridgestone S22 tyres, very, very good tyres. I've had personal experience of these, and they're excellent sort of fast street and track tyres. I mean, we're a pretty cold day today, and they warm up very well. Right, so we'll just run through the bike in the usual fashion. So the mirrors, got about 50% of view of my shoulders behind, but very, very clear. They're not vibrating with the big V-twin, so they're nice. Good. TFT dash, very, very nice, big numbers, very clear. Speed, gear and revs, very easy to see. So obviously this is a naked bike, but the wind blast is totally acceptable. There's a nice little bit of forward lean here. I'm just resting against the wind blast here at 60, so that's excellent. Back brake still bedding in, but you can feel that it's pretty good. Right, we'll just drop it to third. We'll just try a little bit of roll on from 30 onwards. So 30 mile an hour, wide open throttle. Wow, goodness me, gosh, absolute sledgehammer. So it's a given that this thing is ballistically fast. I'm estimating top speed is around about 160 mile an hour on this, if you can hang on that tight. General riding position, obviously it's upright with a little bit of forward lean. Absolutely stacks and stacks of leg room. So if you're 6 foot plus, this bike will fit you fine. I say I can't fully touch down on this, both sides flat footed. Seat feels nice and comfortable. It is quite firm, but it's still quite a comfy ride, so I think you could spend many hours in the saddle on this. Right, so we're just on the dual carriageway now. We'll just try out the slightly higher speed on the 1290 Duke. So into top gear, we're just trundling along at just under 4,000 revs. If anything, fifth gear's slightly better at this sort of speed. Just over 4,000 revs now. Super smooth. Can't feel any vibrations at all really through the bars, seat or foot pegs, so absolutely fantastic. The bike feels absolutely rock solid. You know, a bomb could go off and this thing wouldn't move. So top marks there. So winding on a bit, wow, knockout. So yeah, higher speed on the 1290 is obviously very, very good. It's very, very stable. There's no nasty vibes that come through. I will take the revs up a bit higher later on and just let you know what that's like. So we're fourth gear now, into fifth, just going for a gentle overtake. Obviously just goes by on a whiff of throttle. Yeah, this is one of those bikes, guys, that makes you feel very, very special when you're riding it. I mean, there's tons of bikes in this category. Aprilia's Tuono V4, S1000 BMW, Kawasaki's ZH2 supercharged, Ducati's V4 Street Fighter, to name but a few, and they're all utterly brilliant. But if you're wanting the V-twin sort of flavour, definitely try out one of these. It's absolutely amazing. Right, we'll just try out the cruise control now. So you press the cruise button and there you go, cruising at 60 miles an hour, just over. Increase the speed if you want. Yeah, all very easy to use, so that's good. So it comes with the cruise control, but the tech pack unlocks all the quick shifter and that. So back to some twisty roads now, twisty back roads. So yeah, to sum up the 1290 Super Duke R, absolutely colossal performance. But the nice thing is, you don't have to rev it to make it go quick. It's actually very relaxing to ride. You can just kind of cruise along on it. Obviously it's an absolute animal when you open it up fully, but just for sort of general cruising like this, just riding the mid-range, it's an absolute joy. It's very easy to ride, it doesn't feel heavy, it's super smooth. You know, the handling is just beautiful. The brakes are out of this world. It's just that knockout engine that just never fails to impress. So since I picked this up from the dealer, I've been on it for about an hour, and no bum issues at all. So seat's very comfortable. Pleased to report I did take the revs up a little bit higher, and it's very smooth at the higher revs. But I mean, you really just don't need to rev it at all to make it go very quick. Kind of lives in the mid-range really, this bike. That's where it's happiest. Alright guys, do the final walk round. Okay, let's wrap this up here. What an amazing bike. Just how I remember it. So just see how it goes into neutral from first. That's really easy. First, neutral. Little sound test. Oh, that sounds really good with a standard pipe on. Right, we'll just let it running just so you can have a look at the lights on high beam. Put the indicators on for you. So there's your low. High beam. Lovely. Alright, let's see what it's like off the side stand. Nice decent side stand there, look. And for a 1300cc motorbike, that is very easy to push around. That's great. Well, there you go, 1290 Super Duke R. What are your thoughts on these guys? Let's have a little final walk around, shall we? So, brilliant tyres. They're actually really warm, and it's quite a cold day today, about 6 degrees. Beautiful single-sided swing arm. Obviously those are aftermarket. More power than you could ever need. Cruise control works really nicely. Super smooth clutch. Quick shifter works faultlessly on the up and down. Steering damper in there. Superb WP Apex forks. Sounds good. Best in the business Brembo brakes. Yeah, a very impressive bike. So guys, if you give me a like, please share and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you've got one of these, how's it going? What do you think about monstrously powerful super nakeds like this? Too much for the road or just plain good fun? Alright guys, catch you soon, ride safe, all the best, bye bye for now.